All right, so I did get me some of these cough drops. Vitamin C, brought to you by Vitamin C. So if I sound a little funny, it's because I'm Southern and I'm taking vitamin C drops. My throat kept getting dry because of the air. It's so beautiful, but when it's windy and dry like this down here, that means we're gonna get a lot of pollen in our throats. Or maybe some other things. I didn't check the air quality before I came out. This is now the third video, 3 of the Player's Choice. Again, Player's Choice was a place that used to be right here in Charlotte. Well, not here. I'm not in Charlotte, but the closest thing to me is Charlotte. And they moved down to North Myrtle Beach. So I do have a more sense of camaraderie with them than I do going to Wilmington. Plus, I hate Wilmington. No offense, Wilmington. It's just big cities. And I know you're thinking, well, North Myrtle Beach, but it doesn't feel the same. When you go into North Myrtle Beach, it feels more like here. I don't know how to explain it. I just can't. I don't feel, when I go to Wilmington, I just feel like I'm so trapped in traffic and I don't know. Anyway, so I found a Sunrunners and I was very shocked and excited about this because I only have 2 and I think there's only 7 total. And I think they actually changed hands from one company to another. And I've never read them, but they always look so fascinating. The art looks amazing. I don't know who this is right here. Clearly that's the artist, and that cover looks great. And I'm like, yes, I'm one step closer now. I need to have 4 more to make I think there's like 7. That looks great. Look at that back cover. All right, X Factor is a comic book that I used to love at the beginning because it was the X-Men for now. Kind of like the all-new X-Men kind of was like that, the same. So the X Factor was 1986, I think, when it started. I remember that they found, like, it kind of started in Fantastic Four. They found Jean Grey and it kind of explained why. Anyway, it was good. It was fantastic. And I think I slowly edged out of it because, you know, high school was ending. I had to make a life, start, you know, busy doing other things. And we got X-Forces Cannonball. This is definitely not my time period, but I've heard good things about it. So I'd like to complete the X Factor, all new, all different X Factor. Yeah, they changed around 76 or something, but I only read like the first. Well, no, I read the first year because I had a subscription to it. But after that, I'm not 100% sure how far along I read into it. And again, down here, if you don't have a comic book shop, which we didn't, like I said, I know Player's Choice was back around. It was after the millennium. If you didn't have a comic book choice, you had to get what you could. And we had, if you walk through the woods this way, there's, of course, Beach Mart. There's a few comic books at Beach Mart back then. There was this other store down here that's now one of those 50% off perpetual stores. Oh, come and buy our 50% off junk. It's just beach crap, trying to get all the people to come down here and spend their money. But it used to be a place that was a little bit more, it was definitely better. And they had a spinner rack, and I remember I got a few comic books from there, and, you know, wherever I could. I mean, I got wherever I could. Now, did they go into, from X Factor into the, what was that called? It was where they hopped through time. It wasn't Excalibur, it was, something I'm just now starting to read, and it's actually pretty good. I want to say it was Mutant X, but I don't think it was Mutant X. All I remember is the first issue, they kind of all fell into the same desert and from different time periods, and they, hey, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, I'm glad to see somebody I know. It's like, I don't know you, because they were from different universes, and they see a familiar face, but it was technically not a familiar face. Or at least it wasn't a familiar person. I think Alex Summers was the main part of it. It may have been Mutant X. Yeah, because I'm also, Mutant X and Generation X, I get mixed up in my head because I've never read either one that much. They both look very interesting. So, 126. I don't know how far it goes up, but it goes up about that far and it stops. Slingers is another comic book that I've only seen a few of. Evidently, there's about a dozen of them. With great power comes, I feel like they were trying to make a superhero group for Spider-Man, maybe, or Spider-Man's sidekicks. I don't know. It feels like these characters are somehow or other related to Spider-Man, but I don't know. So it looks interesting. Has anybody ever read it? Let me know, because I would like to find out more. Hex was something I definitely jumped on board. I liked Westerns, but I never read any Western comic books when I was a kid. Not that I can remember, at least. But when Hex came out as a future, it was a cowboy in the future or in a space setting, I can't remember exactly how. I was like, this is awesome. It was so cool because I love time or displaced people. Like, you know, when you have somebody that's in a different time than they're supposed to be in, because they're always trying to reinterpret things from their understanding. Like they see a car and they think it's a carriage, a self-propelled carriage. Woo, that wind. Wow, I'm about to be blown away here. I just love time displaced people, or people that are taken from pre-sci-fi civilization and thrown into a sci-fi civilization. All right, or a science fiction-ish looking place. Oh boy, I'm getting little things all over me from the trees blowing, or being blown. All right, so we got Quasar again. Love his hair. Wish I had that hair. Wish I had hair. Fantastic Force. I've read number 1. I think it's basically they hit the son of the Fantastic Four finally grew up and had their own superhero team, but I don't know if it's in the future or in the present or whatever. Because I know for a while there in Fantastic Four at the 400s, Franklin was an adult, and then he got transported back to the self again. So they reset it. So whatever. But I don't know. This seems like it's interesting, but if I'm wasting my time, let me know. But it's 1994. So I'm really interested in 90s stuff right now, it seems like. Yeah, because I was so busy in the 90s. Everything looked interesting, but I just didn't have time. I did keep up with a few things. Try not to get blown away here. All right, we got JLA Annual, number 1 from 1997. I remember when JLA came out, and I don't know why, but I didn't hang out with my neighbor Craig, but I remember Craig talking about this. And anyway, I've read this one. It's good. I think the JLA is when they were trying to bring back honor and prestige and not being so slapstick silly. Like I like JLE and JLI. I mean, don't get me wrong with that, definitely. But I think they were trying something different approach for this. I may be wrong about that though, but so far I feel like they're trying to bring back the age of heroism and not the age of funny. But there's still some things I can laugh at in here. Oh, we missed an Excalibur book. We got the Cross Time Caper, and I definitely had this issue back in the day. We have Guardians of the... I'm getting notifications. I hate when I do that. All right, we got Guardians of the Galaxy. This is one of those comic books I had a very, very few of in the 90s. But from what I've read so far, I like everything I've read. All right. And tell me which one of these you like the best. Comment below if you've read any of these. And I will see you in another video because I got another handful and I don't want to make this go into 15 minutes overdrive.